Well, hello there, Get Speaking Gigs, replay viewers, fans, friends, Get Speaking Gigs family, and followers. This is Tim David, and I'm excited to share a bit of news with everyone who is watching this replay. And I'll try to make it brief for those who are watching the replay. And if people pop on live, this is an unannounced surprise visit into your feed. So if anybody has questions or whatever, we can maybe hang out for a little bit after I sort of let you know what happened with this recent speaking gig that I put out to the Get Speaking Gigs family. All right, so here's the backstory. If you don't know, there was a gig I couldn't do, and this is an important piece of information in and of itself. If there is something that you do not do well, then do not say that you can do it well. Do not promise the moon and then deliver 80%. We always want to under promise and over deliver. It is much better, I promise you, to turn down a gig than to accept a gig that is not a fit for you just for the money. There is value in referring a gig to another speaker, which is what I decided to do in this case. So you may have gotten the email from me. I shout out this email. If you're not on the email list, by the way, get on the email list, the Get Speaking Gigs email list. Just go to getspeakinggigs.com and fill out any one of the name and email forms that will get you some goodies, but also get you on the list for when gigs like this crop up and I need a referral that I don't already have in my referral toolbox. So I sent out the email. Everybody was excited. They got back to me. They said, "Oh my gosh, a gig, a gig." Now, here's what the gig was: interactive, team building, exercise based. I'm a stand and speak kind of guy. I'm not a get people up out of their seats, moving around, doing interactive activities. I had a few referrals. They were out of the budget that this particular client had. So I asked for referrals from you guys. And close to 200 people said, me, hire me. I can do that perfectly. That is my jam. That is my sweet spot. A few other people, right, sent me referrals to other speakers, and I weighed those a little more heavily, right, than I weighed the ones who were like, oh, me, hire me. And basically, I was able to whittle the list down to 4 people, submitted this proposal to this client, and I gotta say, it is amazing every single time and surprising every single time what makes a speaker bookable. Okay, if you think it's budget, if you think it's the best speaker with the best technique, if you think it is the best message match, I mean, all of these things are important, but this was a situation where the client basically said, Tim, we're going to have you and this other speaker. We're going to have you work together. You are not the style that we were initially looking for, and you're not in our budget. But we're going to hire you anyway, and this other speaker. What was it that made them say that? And how is it that budgets can suddenly appear? How is it that minds can suddenly change when it comes to making the decision for a speaker? Now, when they were talking about this other speaker, when I was sort of in discussions with these other speakers, they were asking specific things and being a little more pointed. And here's my point. Here's the takeaway: to give yourself a chance when it comes to getting booked as a speaker, you've got to be bookable. And bookable is this almost intangible thing for a lot of speakers. They think, oh, well, you got to have the experience. You got to have a PhD. You've got to have written books. You've got to have lots of, high profile clients. You've got to be published. You've got to have a bestseller. Bookability is certainly a combination of a lot of things. Some of them are intangible. Some of them are opinion-based, based on the client. But I will say this: I have seen patterns over the years of booking all kinds of gigs in all kinds of situations, even when the client, like this time, tells me, Tim, you're out of our budget. You're not exactly what we were looking for, but something about your messaging, your positioning, your style spoke to us, and we just got to have you. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to make clients feel like, ooh, isn't that interesting? That speaker is, we just got to have this person, regardless of budget, regardless of whether or not it fits into the scheduling of our event. They make room for you. How cool is that? So this happens more often than not. And again, this bookability factor for years for me has been sort of an intangible after working with speakers for, wow, I don't know how many, 7 years now? I would say 7 years, hundreds of speakers, thousands of speakers now, if you count the email list and the broad reach that the Get Speaking Gigs world has been blessed with lately. But or the book or those types of things. So I've seen patterns, and this idea of bookability is different than what most speakers believe it to be. Now, a lot of speakers think it is about becoming a better speaker, or having better marketing, or a better website, or a better demo video. And by better, they mean a little more professional, or by better, they mean they speak fewer ums and ahs when they speak. By better, they mean they, I don't know, deliver more things, more services to the client. And, that really isn't necessarily what the clients are looking for initially. Bookability is this feeling that you give clients as they are scrolling through. Because like I said, I'm not a speakers bureau, but I put out this little email to a few, to you guys, and I was just inundated. I can only imagine how meeting professionals feel. And it was this, and I'm going to tell you how fast it was. Open an email, nope, gone. Open another email, nope, gone. Open another one, doesn't feel right, gone. And you simply don't have time in that moment to express how much better you are. Your better website, your better demo video, all that stuff isn't going to affect clients in that moment of removal, of dismissal, of elimination mode, right? Let's get rid of as many speakers as possible so that we can whittle this down to something more manageable. All right, so that's my little rant on bookability. I wish, and I was hoping to be able to reveal sort of the end, the very, very end of this story, but it's pretty close to the end. A speaker has been selected, myself and one other speaker. And at this point, it's in sort of finalization, setting up logistics and contracts mode and all that sort of stuff. Now, I was going to do this video when it was set in stone, and I don't want to report on something that's not 100,000% set in stone. But essentially, I'm going to Disney World. I'm leaving today for Disney World. So I wanted to get this video in now before my trip, because when the news breaks and when the gig is booked, I will be in Florida at Disney World, loving life and learning about business. There is a program, a guided tour, certainly just me, no kids this time, and some other business professionals. We're going to be learning the secrets of Disney, and I'm very, very excited to be on a guided tour starting today. So I see a little heart emoji. Thank you for that. So this gig was a learning experience and an affirming experience on this idea of what it takes to be bookable. Now, for those of you who made it this far, you'll notice there is a link in the description. This week, I opened the doors on what I'm calling Bookability in a Box. It's this online course that walks you through the process, the thinking, the exercises, but also the tangible action items for turning you into a highly bookable speaker who slows down eyeballs of meeting professionals, avoids the elimination pile, and you can do so very, very quickly. So that is called the Your Signature Speech course. And it's not just about the speech itself. Of course, it's about all of the other assets of a speech, the language that you use, an email that you might send to a prospective client. All of those pieces are part of this Your Signature Speech course, which is why I'm calling it bookability in a box, basically, is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the link into the chat window, and it looks a little something like your highly bookable speaker system. There we go. That should be going out, and hopefully that works. Give me the old thumbs up if that link does indeed work for you. Now, here's the thing. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching live, you have a little advantage. I have set my cart to the next 15 people get an extra $100 off of the course. So if you pay in full, you get an extra $100 off the course. And it may make it sound like a really expensive course when I'm taking $100 off. And the fact that there's a 3 payment option. Have a look. Have a look. What is it worth to you to be a highly bookable speaker? And have a look at the website. Have a look at the process. 15 people will get that discount. And I'm going to close down this. After I close down this, I should say, then an email will go out announcing this video to the rest of the Get Speaking Geeks family. And if you're watching this on the replay, there probably is still, hopefully, depending on when you're watching it. If it's live, it's probably still there. I'm going to do my best once my system tells me the 15 are up. It won't accept you. It'll just sort of shut down the cart. It'll take you to a page. It's very boring. It just says sold out. This is sold out in black letters on a white page. There's no graphics or anything. Just wanted to get this out as quick as possible. So if you're one of those 15 people, I'd love to have you join this particular program. It is extensive and expansive. In fact, you know what I'm going to do right now that I didn't expect to be doing, but I'm going to be doing is I'm going to share my screen. Sharing my entire screen. Let's go in the Chrome tab here. Let's share this guy, your highly bookable signature speech. Here we go. This is the link that I sent. And when you get access to the course, I'm going to log into my course so you can kind of see what it looks like. GetSpeakingGeeks.com. Log in, my course library. And the very bottom, almost very bottom, your signature speech. All right. So you basically get access to the 4 Ds of bookability. And they're broken. They're explained in these sort of 4 sections, these 4 tabs. I know not all of them begin with D. You'll understand in the course when we get to it. But yeah, basically topic selection, topic discovery. Even if you don't know what you want to speak about, if you want to be positioned as a highly bookable speaker sooner rather than later, even if you've already booked some gigs, I promise is much less friction when you have the 4 Ds of bookability. Once you discover all the different topics that you want to speak on, then you got to select. This is one of the biggest problems speakers face is what is my one signature topic? What is the topic that I'm going to put in the front of the store window that is, when people are walking by, they're going to say, "Ooh, that's interesting." And how do I know it's going to be interesting to business audiences? The Get Speaking Gigs topic selection process is the process that ends with a single signature topic that you can speak on. Then you want to prep. And this is where the real magic happens right here. Prepping your assets, prepping the outline of the speech itself, because your speech is your best marketing tool by 100,000%. No, not even a close second. Maybe a close second, but we'll talk about that another day. So that is how you prep the speech, how you prep the marketing assets, how you develop crystal clear clarity. You can answer a question, what do you speak about? And it's clear, it's concise, and it's compelling. All of that is walked through with the preparation tab. Then you've got the delivery tab telling you how to deliver a speech in the style that business audiences want today. Not in 1980, not in 2000, not even in 2015. This course was created post-COVID. It is a different world with virtual and hybrid and still in person, which is, of course, blossoming again, which is why a lot of these leads are coming in my way. One of the bonuses you get, of course, is the 5-figure corporate gigs from scratch masterclass. It's a 4-part video series, very in-depth, very cool. You also get my first paid speech. A lot of comments on that. It was incredibly embarrassing indeed. I'll just show you what my hair looked like. That's not my hair. Has no number on it. Oops, that's not my. There you go. I get the little Dumb and Dumber hair going on. There is clips of me speaking with commentary as well. So I'll kind of pause the video and say, hey, here's why I did that in this particular moment. And then we, of course, go through all kinds of other goodies as well. So that is a little bit of a tour, if you will, of the Get Speaking Gigs, your signature speech, how to develop and plan and deliver your reputation-making speech that is going to make you a highly bookable speaker. 15 people get $100 off. It is an invitation, and I would say run, don't walk. I would say get on this before it is 347 instead of 247. All right, folks, I have a plane to catch. I have a bag to pack, and I have an email to get out announcing this very video to the rest of the Get Speaking Gigs clan. All right, that is it for me for now. I hope to get to be doing more of these live video streams. What do you think? Drop a comment. Let me know if you'd like some more of this stuff as we move forward. All right, take care. Speak soon.